All right, well, hi and good afternoon, everybody. This is the October installment of the Healthy Union, and my name is Stephen Landers. I'm not from the Union, but I am of the Union. So today, what we're gonna make for you is a Buffalo Cauliflower Wrap. We do have some cheese with some roasted vegetables. You can do root vegetables of your choice. Today we have some Yukon Gold potatoes, we have a sweet potato, and we have some golden beets. I've gone ahead and I've peeled those guys to save us some time here. So we'll do the Buffalo Cauliflower Wrap, the roasted veggies, and also a few deviled eggs, which are nothing exciting, but you know, it is a good thing to add on to this, and we're gonna kind of tweak it a little bit with some Greek yogurt, okay, instead of, to sort of lower the fat content a little bit. And this is gonna take about half an hour at home, for you guys to bake these chips off, so we wanna do that step first, okay? All right, so here I've got a little handy, what we call a mandolin. We'll get started here with the golden beets real quick, all right? So I'm just gonna make some slices with this. So we're just gonna take these guys here, lay them out on the tray. So we've got our golden beets there. Again, I chose golden beets, sweet potato, and some fingerlings, but you can choose anything that's to your liking or that's available or seasonal. Again, these are all nice fall-time veggies. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of olive oil on here. We'll just give it a real light sprinkling of salt, which you could omit if you prefer. Move on to the sweet potato here. Roll these guys out just like before. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is get the cauliflower ready, all right? So, most people at home have a saute pan, all right, about that size. We'll get that guy on medium heat there, okay? We want to put just a little bit of olive oil in there, not too much, just enough to get it started. Now we've got our cauliflower here, all right? You can buy the heads or you can buy the florets at the store, and I've just broken them up into sort of smaller bite-sized pieces. All right, so we'll put our cauliflower in. Warm that up, and it's gonna start to take a little bit of blistering on there, okay? We want a little bit of color on there, so it's gonna caramelize here, and then it'll finish cooking in the oven, okay? So while that's going on here. All right, so we're gonna go on to make the hummus, okay? We've got our can of garbanzo beans, which have been opened and drained and rinsed. I always drain and rinse them. You may have a food processor at home, maybe not quite this size, but it really does work best for making this, all right? I'm gonna put some lemon juice in there, a couple of tablespoons. There's usually about 2 tablespoons per lemon. A nice char on that. We're gonna put this guy in the oven with the chips. Okay, that's cooking. We've got our garbanzo beans in here. I'm just gonna strain the seeds out here. That's about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Okay. Tahini paste, which you can find at any store. It's sesame seed paste, roasted sesame seeds. You can get them in small bottles and it lasts quite a while in the fridge. So I'm gonna put that in there, about a tablespoon. I don't like to skimp on tahini and hummus because it gives a lot of flavor. All right, so we've got our tahini in there, our lemon juice, our garbanzo beans, okay. Put about a tablespoon of olive oil in there. And then we'll just let this guy start to work. And a couple of garlic cloves. You can just put them in whole. Now that will usually take about 5 minutes in the processor to get nice and smooth, okay? So we have our chips working, we've got our buffalo cauliflower in there, and then we're gonna add some blue cheese into our hummus to sort of keep with the buffalo theme, right? So we would put that in at the last minute. Pulse that up, so magically, that appears right there for us. That's how that works. I'm saving us the pain of having to watch me scoop that stuff out. Got all that stuff going, so now we'll get our wraps ready, okay? So we could heat these up on a grill. If we had a saute pan, that'd work just fine too. So we've got everything pretty much ready now. We're going to assemble our wraps when that cauliflower is nice and roasted, okay? So let's fast forward here about 15 minutes. and take the old cauliflower out of the oven, which has been roasting, right? So 15 minutes later, the roasted cauliflower comes out of the oven. It's got some nice color on it, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is get our buffalo sauce ready. Now, you can add as much or as little as you want. You can change brands. You can do whatever you want to do. There's a lot of, this is Frank's, which is kind of the original. All right. So we'll just add as much as we like to our taste into the pan there. We want that to sort of, glaze on the cauliflower, right? We want to heat that up and really sort of cook it in a little bit, all right? I picked up some hearts of romaine. They're nice and dainty, You can go with whatever lettuce you have at the house. A bag of lettuce is fine. If you're tailgating, just a bag of lettuce, just take it out. It's enough for about 2 wraps. We've got our romaine lettuce down. We've got our buffalo cauliflower. I love to use celery, as a garnish. So I'm just gonna make this thing real thin here. All right, so we've got some thinly sliced celery as a little garnish there. Okay, now our blue cheese hummus. All right, so also, see, I reserved the celery leaves, right, which also make a nice dainty little garnish. I'd encourage you to try a couple here, and we'll have, some at the luncheon on Friday too. All right, so we got those guys in there. All right. There's lots of different ways to roll wraps, you know what I mean? You can roll it up individually like that, right? One person's gonna snack on it. Or certainly you can do it more burrito style. Maybe that guy, I'll just cut on the bias. All right. So there's a buffalo cauliflower wrap. Each one's been cooking, about the same time, 5 minutes give or take. So again, these would have come out first at about 30 minutes. 25 minutes. These were about 30. And these took the longest. So maybe we can just take these chips. Maybe we'll just kind of mix them up here. And again, these are any kind of chips that you'd like, You can use root vegetables. I threw some potatoes in there because, homemade potato chips, but you could use all root vegetables, rutabagas, carrots. Now, again, we can season these with any number of things, right? A little kosher salt on top. We did that before, so maybe something to dip them in. 2 people like to dip the chips. Okay, now we talked about the deviled eggs, which everyone has done deviled eggs. Everyone's seen deviled eggs. The difference with these is we used Greek yogurt, okay? To lower the fat content a little bit, give it a little bit of zing. So this is all stuff that you could make, at home and take out to wherever you're hanging out or doing whatever. Dine al fresco on the back porch in these 90-degree October days we're enjoying so much. Okay, so there we go. We've got a buffalo cauliflower wrap in the style of buffalo chicken with, the blue cheese and the celery and all that stuff, Made a couple of modifications there. You got the, out of the box deviled eggs, and then you've got your roast or baked vegetable chips. So, light, fresh, not a whole lot of fat in there, but plenty of flavor. And again, you can, customize it to your liking. Add and take away and all that.